Hi, it's Lena again, and today I posted another video, and I also started a YouTube link, a channel. I've never had one before, and I just appreciate all the people that joined. I had no idea that you guys would watch these videos and enjoy them, so that was nice to see. I did have a question today on one of them of how to scan and cut an image that hasn't been colored in yet, if that was possible. This is the image that I'm using. It's Stamper Rosa. I figured I'd better give you guys brands because I had a lot of questions about what brand the dogs were. I don't know if all the scan and cuts will let you do this, but the one I have, the CM350, will let you cut out most images that aren't stamped, that aren't colored, as long as the line isn't broken around the image. As long as it's filled in. And if you have images that have little breaks, you can take a pencil and fill them in. So as long as it has like an outline that's solid, you should be able to do it without any problems. So to do it, I taped it down, of course, my trusty painter's cheap tape that I ripped in half. And once you get that down on the mat, you start your machine. And I always go from the beginning because in case you didn't see the other videos, or if you've never even turned on your machine, which I know a lot of you said that you had it and it scared you. So that's the beginning. So you put your mat in, and I try to do everything one-handed, and that never works. I need an assistant. Where's my dang husband when I need him? So it'll tell you to move the carriage. Hit it again. And then you're going to hit scan, direct cut again, and you're saving to the machine, and then you hit start. And like I said before, this isn't the only way to do it, it's just the way I do it. So I don't want you guys to think, oh, well, this is the only way to do it, and if I don't do it this way, it won't work. I'm sure there's other ways. Some people connect theirs to the computer and do it that way. I don't, because I use a Cricut also, and so I just use this to scan and cut my stamped images. I use the Cricut for everything else just because it's easier for me. It seems like the program's easier. I don't know. Maybe you guys have better luck than I do, but I just think that this machine's better for just doing the simple scan and cut things. I will do tutorials later on how to do the other stuff, but... So you selected, I'm cutting out my tape because we don't want my tape in there. You don't have to use this little pen thing. I just have fat fingers, so, you know, I don't want to block the screen so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Then you hit OK. And you want to zoom in when you haven't colored the image, or basically any image. Right here you can see it looks like it cuts through those, so you want to zoom in because some images aren't going to work, some are. About 98% of them do, so as long as the outline's not broken, like I said. You can zoom in more and you can see once you zoom in that they're not cut off. It just looked like that when it was zoomed out. So once you see that it's good, you hit OK. And then here, right here, is if you want it to cut directly against the flower, right on the line, you leave it how it is. If you want to leave a border, you can make a border. 0.4 is what I normally do, but you can go 0.4, you can go 0.8, you can go as high as you want. You can do 0.4, cut it out, and then put a different color paper on, and hit 0.8, and then you can do layers if you want. Maybe I'll show you guys that tomorrow. Hey, there's another idea. They just keep going. So, I did want the border on this flower, so I hit 0.4. And I hit OK. And then you hit OK again. And then you hit cut. And sometimes it takes a while, especially if it's not colored. It seems to take a little bit longer because it's processing where the lines are and where to cut. So sometimes it does take a little bit. And then as soon as this lights up, you just hit start. I am using the Catherine Pooler cardstock because I use Copics to color. So right now I have it set. You can see it's kind of not on the 11, but it's kind of in between 10 and 11. So you can go deeper or if you want. This is just a setting I use for this paper. You can see I might need to start thinking about another blade here soon because I've been cutting so much. This is the first blade that I've used since I got the machine. And I got the machine about 8 months ago. And I make cards for stores, so I make a ton of cards. And so it's cut probably, I would say, at least 500 images maybe on the one blade. So the blades seem to last a really long time. I'm trying to do this one-handed again. So there you go. You can see it. You can do it without coloring it. The only thing I find is it's kind of hard to color. If you wanted just black and white, that'd be great. It's harder for me to color once they are cut out, just because where do you hold it, and you got to turn it as you're coloring. I'm a lefty, so I have to turn my paper completely sideways. But it does do it, and you can see that there's no broken lines or anything. So to answer that question, yes, you can. With this model, at least. I don't know about the other ones, but with this one, you can cut out images that are not colored in. Thanks for watching.